Let's take a look at this. Northern Elders Forum, NEF, has voiced strong concerns over what it perceives as an unfair pattern of federal appointments made by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu since he took office in October 2023. The NEF claims that these appointments disproportionately benefits the Southwest region to the exclusion of Nigeria's other 5 geopolitical zones. In a statement issued by NEF spokesperson Professor Abubakar Jidere, the forum accused the government of undermining national unity and violating the Nigerian constitution. Well, according to Chapter 2, Section 14, Subsection 3 of the Constitution, the composition of the government and its agencies must reflect Nigeria's federal character, promoting national unity and ensuring no region dominates the federal government. The NEF statement pointed out that the principle of federal character is critical not only in political appointments, but also in the distribution of resources and the allocation of bureaucratic positions across the country. A particular point of contention for the NEF is the recent composition of the National Census Committee, which they argue is heavily skewed in favor of the Southwest, leaving other regions excluded. The forum condemned this exclusionary approach as an affront to democratic principles, including fairness, inclusiveness, justice, and balanced representation. The NEF emphasized that the conduct of a national census, a sensitive and vital exercise, must be inclusive of all regions to ensure public trust and the accuracy of the results. Any attempt to marginalize certain zones could delegitimize the census process with long-term negative consequences for national cohesion. As a result, the NEF has called for the immediate reconstitution of the National Census Committee, urging that it reflects the equitable representation of all 6 geopolitical zones in accordance with the federal character principles. All right, Frank, here is the North Elders Forums coming to say, criticizing the president, as regards to making appointments, skewed appointments. I mean, that's the word they use as regards to that. What's your take on this?
Well, the issue is that, there's what you call federal character in Nigeria.
Okay.
But one thing we must understand in this part of the world, the mindset and the person involved is another thing. If the president today is too powerful to influence people not to look at what is in the constitution, okay, what else do you expect? If, for instance, today we set aside our constitution and be looking at the body language of the Mr. President, and that becomes the law of the land, what else? That's the issue. So it is the duty of the president to do the right thing and for people to say, yes, what he's doing is right. And it's not the also president to do what is in his mind. And for people to say, no, president, what you are doing is not right. Like the appointment, which we have also observed. Ordinarily, there should be a spread. But one may ask me, those appointed, are they Nigerians? Yes, they are Nigerians. But under what influence? Is it the influence that, the factor is it that, because they are from my place? Or they are my friends? That's one of the things we are suffering in this part of the world. Even issue of technocrats to boost the administration in terms of meeting the policies need of the people, are which actually seeing, like today we heard of IMF advancing Nigeria to see how to impose more taxes on Nigerians. Even Nigerians are crying. So for me, I feel the president is a human being. He may have biased mind. Nigerians also cried during the era of President Buhari. But the so-called national character, okay, is there, and the leader has decided to ignore it. For instance, the service here of Inspector General of Police Egbotokun has ended. But Mr. President, with his prerogative of mercy and what you may call it power, has elongated his tenure in service, which is even against the service rule. So the onus of the president to obey the law. But what is happening? Even about the custom, is it yes, the custom, or is it immigration or custom? The president also inaugurated his tenure to continue in office. Even the president has served the maximum year of 35 years in service.
All right.
There are others, because these are people from his tribe. You know, I hate to talk about tribalism in Nigeria because that's what is killing. That was killing development.
No, it's not this. This actually, you know.
But it's tribalistic.
All right.
No, that's what you know.
That's what they are saying. That's not what the Northern Elders Forums are saying.
It's not just what they are saying. Okay. That if we look at the appointment, people from the south, not even southeast, not even south. I'm sorry, not even southwest. There is a close associate from Lagos.
They're saying that it only benefits the southwest.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Now, for them saying that it only benefits the southwest region,
which they get what we call the national character.
Okay, so now they are sensing disunity. They are sensing that it's disproportionately distributes disappointments.
That is it.
Where now the question is
now, you know, we shouldn't. Let me also say this.
I'll come in.
We shouldn't also, because you are my friend, and abuse the law.
All right. Well, the question is, I was trying to get from now is how do we curtail this issue? I mean, we have the Constitution already, and then they are claiming, or they are saying that the governor is not adhering to the president. Sorry, is not adhering to this Constitution now. So, where do we channel these grievances to? Do we just come out? Should they just come out to say, okay, this is what the president has been doing, this is what he's not doing? Should they keep criticizing the president? What is the steps that you yourself think that they should have done? I mean, the right step. What do you think they should do?
What they did is the first step. That's the right step. You criticize. Criticism is part of democracy. Okay. So they are right.
All right.
The onus is on the president to review. Review is a
criticism, is it?
That is it. Okay. And review also, can you just see that, like I saw a release, is it about 3-4 weeks ago, issue of trying to refute the claim of lopsided or tribalistic appointment. There was an issuance of such to give us analysis of what. But critically speaking, if you look at the appointment of President Tinubu, it's like one-sided. I use that word. But when you look at what Nigeria will call juicy appointment,
okay,
is from the southwest. I won't say from Lagos, from the southwest. So it's even doubt to Nigerians. What is happening? Where is the issue of natural character? Because the famous of natural character is to balance the question of appointment. Are you aware?
Okay.
So in other regions, irrespective of who is in charge, my other minor appointment should be even disputed to other regions, whether we are from the least ethnic group. Like I'm from Mandoni. It's an ethnic group that is also part of this federating state called Nigeria.
All right, so let's also look at...
So there is need for Mr. President to review his appointment.
Okay. Well, the NEF also emphasized that the conduct of a national census, is a sensitive and vital exercise, and then it must be inclusive. It says it must be inclusive of all regions to ensure public trust and accuracy of these results. Again, do you see this happening, or is it just the NEF trying to make their ways out of it?
See, the truth is that, I participated in 2006 election as a younger person.
Okay.
When it comes to national issues that should give us credible report, sometimes we play hanky-panky. I use that word. In order to get good record more than the other ethnic group. Census ordinarily is supposed to be head count to know the number of persons or people in the country so government can plan.
All right.
But in this part of the world, because everything is about craftiness, everything is about let me see how to play down on the other person. So even when the actual census is done in a particular area, and you find out that these people are more than you, what do? You now influence because you have the apparatus to do what you are doing. So ordinarily, census people say, the head count of Nigerians living in this part of the world and let us know so that government will use it to plan.
Okay.
Even amenities, education, health, agriculture, and what have you. Because we failed in doing that. We also fail in proper planning of our economy, and that's why it's like everything is nosediving.
So how do you think the president can, react, or what do you think the president can do in order to address this criticism by the Northern Elders Forum?
See, it's not even about the president now. Sorry. It's about we the people.
Oh, I'm trying to wonder, because this criticism is directed at the president.
Yes.
All right.
There's a commission that's involved in conducting census.
All right.
This census was to be conducted in 2023.
All right.
Whereby over 500 billion spent already. Are you aware? Yes, I know what I'm saying. No, yes, like, we can waste money in this part of the world. Over 500 billion. There was a pilot exercise done. Are you aware? Pilot exercise was done during the administration of Buhari, and they have wasted the money. And now, even giving us the time frame to do this exercise is another problem. So what they are saying is for us to be also to be conscious and to be mindful of what we want to achieve in this part of the world. I don't want to accuse any region, because I have observed that, it's my own opinion, that almost every region manipulates population figure. Are you aware? That's what I'm saying. I think that's my own opinion.
All right.
So even the North that is talking, they manipulate figure also. So for me, if we want to actually have at least an acceptable census figure in Nigeria, we must reduce some influence of maybe falsifying figures.
All right. So
the numerators should also stick to the time. To what has been given, to the guidelines.
Okay, Frank. So how about disappointments now? What would you advise the president to do in this regard? Well, in terms of giving out appointments, what is your, what's your advice for the president as a political analyst, and also looking at the fact that, the Northern Elders Forums are also crying out that this is just one-sided. Now, what would be your advice?
Ordinarily, there's no room to cry foul. Ordinarily, sorry. If we are people of impeccable character to man the affairs of what will give us hope, but what we are doing today in Nigeria is guesswork that in a way negates the real population of Nigeria.
Well, there are some people who are actually doing the work. I mean, if you're saying what we're doing now, so it's like generalizing everything.
No.
So
as we're discussing, what Nigeria for over 10 years now, 2006, it's over 10 years now, we are doing guesswork on our population. Like today, I was told we are about 230 million.
But then we have this census being conducted.
No, it has not been no census no
2006.
If you follow that ordinary every 10 years, there should be conduct of census. That's what I know by law.
Okay.
But in this country we don't follow the law. We follow our statements. So the northern leaders, why they are coming out to say this is because of the suspicion, the manipulation, the anti-panky involved in getting figures in Nigeria. They know what they're saying.
All right.
But for me, all of us should be sincere. We must have credible record. Sorry, they are carrying forward, but they also know what is involved. They say Connie man die, Connie man bury. That's what I hear in Nigeria.
Okay.
But there should be room for such argument.
All right.
But like you've asked me, if Mr. President knows that the appointment is only for his people, then he can also in a way review also. I use the word review. Appointment is something to review. And say, look, let me rejig it and bring in more people.
All right.
Because we must, as a nation, also engage in census
Okay,
to know how many we are.
All right.